Hello everyone, I am CoolGuy. Welcome back. It is week 3 of the vendor weapon roll reset. Can you believe it's been 3 weeks already, man? It's crazy. But we have a number of good rolls this week, and we're going to skip a couple weapons to go a little bit faster, and we're going to go in depth on why some rolls are good. First, starting off with the Continental, and this is what we've been looking for. If you're looking to get into ARs, this thing is going to stay true. We have an ORA, and you know what I like about the Continental is the base mag of 37, and real quick, we have the ORA, quick draw, and the OEG, but we have rodeo or hip fire, perfect balance, or a pinned magazine with counterbalance. So counterbalance is going to eliminate that side-to-side recoil, and the more stability that we have, the up and down recoil is going to be a little bit tighter. And also a pinned magazine is not even going to be a bad option for this roll because we do have counterbalance. That's a big plus. So I will be picking this up. We're going to be talking about it more later on in the week. I'll do a live gameplay commentary. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Parthian Shot I have been looking for, and it's going to be my review of the week. I don't have Sure Shot, but here's the deal. This is like the spare change, like the old messenger. Secret round, not so much. If you guys have the Pray This timepiece, don't even unlock this node, it messes up the gun. But we have Take a Knee, so crouching grants improved accuracy and stability, as well as reduced aim time and flinch under fire. So I've had about 15 or 20 people come to me saying that they're a believer now of Take a Knee. And if you were to ever try a weapon with Take a Knee, it would be this Parthian Shot. So Take a Knee, perfect balance and counterbalance, and kind of like what we were talking about with the Continental of what we're doing. And we have rifled barrel as well, so we're not affecting our stability. It's a very solid roll, one of the best rolls that you can get in my opinion, and I can't wait to dig into it and tell you guys why. The Angel's Advocate, it's kind of funny because we have Return to Sender, and actually on the Angels, that's a pretty decent perk. And we also have Take a Knee as well, but I would pass. Moving on to the hand cannon, how dare you. I don't see rangefinder, and it doesn't matter at that point because these weapons suffer so much, these hand cannons, these high rate of fire hand cannons. X Asterisk, the only reason I'm going to bring it up is for fusion rifle users that are Sunsingers. Replenish is the real deal. I have a couple shotguns with Replenish. When you do Fireborn and come back, when you start shotgunning people start scratching their heads. It's a good feeling, so I would use it only for that reason because of Replenish. You can find better rolls. Teacup Tempest, and the reason I'm going to bring it up is because of Mulligan. If you guys have never used a sidearm with Mulligan, it procs a lot, and that magazine can really be extended. We have Fitted Stock or Lightweight and Hot Swap. Now you can run crowd control as well, but honestly I would go with Mulligan, especially starting off with those 12 rounds. You can make sure you can get yourself a kill or two. We do have Fast Draw, Quick Draw, and Steady Hand. Occam's Razor, again, not a very competitive archetype, but it does have Replenish. The only way I would pick this up is if it had full auto. Again, just for the Fireborn, it would be a fun thing. Other than that, absolutely not. 7 cents. Grenadier is a very good perk, guys. Okay, now we have Snapshot, that's why we're bringing this up. It's a different flavor. Most of us use our LDRs, longbows, etc., etc. It does have short gaze. Unflinching, Snapshot, and Grenadier. Grenadier and Mulligan are one of my favorite perks for sniper rifles because they're used every single time when you get a kill or you miss a shot. So like it has a chance to proc. So I'm a big fan of it. Bone Crusher, it's actually fairly decent this week because we have Feeding Frenzy with crowd and rifled barrel, and this thing is going to kick all over the place, but it shoots slow. It's controllable in that aspect. It's going to be up to you. I would prefer a different Bone Crusher. Disassembly required. It has Cluster Bomb, I believe, and what's nice is we have soft launch for velocity and javelin for velocity and vacuum, so this would be a PvE rocket, but then again, things without tracking and grenades and horseshoes, you're not going to be shooting this thing at Crota, put it that way. Let's see what Dead Orbit has to offer, and first is that Extremophile, and it's going to be very hard to take away the Continental roll. It has to be 100% good. So we have Hidden Hand, Rodeo, Small Bore. It has Steady Hand, Snapshot, so yeah, definitely the Continental. Keystone, I would pass this week. Worlds to Come, it's interesting because of Hot Swap and Performance Bonus. Performance Bonus is never bad on a fusion rifle, but the real issue for me with fusion rifles from the vendors are I get them all the time, so it has to be 100% perfect for me to consider it. I know you guys get a lot of the Worlds to Come and or the waiting from future war cults, so it's up to you. Last ditch, we have Linear Compensator, Acarize, and Aggressives. We have Aggressives with Small Bore or Close and or Personal with Rangefinder. I'm not really into Rangefinder nowadays with that nerf. It doesn't handle as well. In this node, I'm looking for crowd control or performance bonus. Bitter Edge, If it doesn't have snapshot or quick draw, I mean, it's really not. It does have snapshot with an ambush, so that's good. Mulligan, we talked about mulligan and unflinching. It could be decent. It's going to be up to you guys. There's so many good sniper rifles in the game that not many people really mess with the lower impact ones. I know I don't. Just the Prey This Revenge, that's about the extent. Unto Dust, it's like the same role as last week with Field Scout, Spray and Play, Grenades and Horseshoes, but horrible blast radius and velocity. On to Future War Colt. First we have the Whale. And again, one of the things I always talk about with this thing is having quick draw on it, and this one doesn't. It does have perfect balance rangefinder, but again, you need the range. And Dado made a video on the Fabringer, and it's absolutely true. You know, it basically rifled and reinforced is like shot package. You almost need to have it on there to be competitive with them, and it's such a shame. The Waltz we can recommend this week because we have reflex, steady hand, and the OEG. We have high caliber rounds or hip fire, and I believe that is the triple perk combo. But we do have perfect balance and counterbalance. Let's go back. Yep, that's the trifecta roll. So I would go with high caliber, perfect, and counter. If you don't have this archetype, it's a decent archetype. It didn't get affected by the nerf, the ammo nerf, so it's going to spawn with a lot of rounds. I do recommend picking it up. The weighting, it's basically the same exact roll from Dead Orbit, so we talked about my thoughts on there. Now this Wounded for PvE, I like a lot more because of that stability. That stability helps out. And I know in PvE that doesn't really matter, range and stability too much, but it is a little bit nicer. We have the focus lens, the OEG, and the reflex. Armor piercing rounds to go through and over penetrate targets with Outlaw and Crowd. You can't go wrong with that. The best primary weapon in the game, the Wormwood with rangefinder. Again, if you don't have a good sidearm by now, just this alone is going to be enough. Very strong archetype. Army of One's a very good passive perk. You can assist yourself. It's kind of a funny perk, and it helps a little bit with your grenade melee when you get a kill. And again, Cluster Bomb Warpath, and we talked about that. It does have a nice blast radius. It does have Tripod and Field Scout, so that's something to consider. Maybe something like Axis, right? And the Wrath of the Machine raid that we have in the upcoming weeks. Alright, and this Parthian Shot on my back's burning a hole in my pocket, man. After I get done with this, I'm going straight out into Control or whatever the playlist is. So the bounties this week are hand cannons, pulse rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, and heavy. And it upsets me that after 2 weeks after they buffed auto rifles, there's still no auto rifle bounty. Make it happen, Bungie. 0 Day Dilemma. We have Crowd Control, Grenadier, Small Bore, Appended Magazine, Persistence. Don't touch anything that reduces this mag. You're going to be in trouble. So we're going to wait on this roll. Next is the Party Favor, and I will be picking this up, and I do recommend it, but there's a big but. It has a downside. So we have the Mid Reflex, the Sure Shot, again, the best sight in my opinion for these types of weapons. We have Rodeo or Take a Knee with Small Bore, Feather Mag, and Counterbalance. So we have the Take a Knee Counterbalance combo, but unfortunately this already low magazine gets even lower. So that's going to be a user beware, and this might be one of the very first weapons that I do a live gameplay commentary with, just to see and show you guys how it's performing. You have to think of a weapon like that like a last word. Like, you're going to get a kill and you're going to have to reload, so pulse rifle gauntlets, things like that are going to be necessary. Hero Formula, not so much this week. Palindrome, it looks good on paper. We have Outlaw Luck, but again, we have Hammer Forged, and you can do decently with that. If you're looking for a lucky round hand cannon, the Palindrome, this one right here is gonna help you out. But again, it does have Sure Shot. But again, rifled or reinforced is the key. It's the golden rule. Each new day. Not so much this week. Now, this Curtain Call I do recommend if you don't have a good shotgun, because not many people have that perfect Matador, that perfect Party Crasher. This has the best of both worlds, in my opinion, because we have aggressives, we have close and or personal with Battle Runner. Both of them are very good perks. Rifled barrel with aggressives, that's what we want. And then there's that crowd control. So, and also quick draw, that's another selling point of the Curtain Call. Very good shotgun, I 100% recommend it. Anton's Rule, not so much this week, or the Event Horizon, Chaotic Neutral, or Something Wicked. Not worth the marks this week, 100%. And real quick, talking about LMGs, it's the rule I've been looking for on the Deluge. We have Take a Knee, Persistence, and Handlight Stock. I can only tell you guys what this thing can do. I went on a 9-kill streak with it the other day because it's so straight. You land all of your shots and you can stop shooting. It's unbelievable, and hopefully in one of the commentaries I can show it off to you. Alright, moving on to Executor Hideo with the New Monarchy, and much to our surprise, the Assembly isn't good this week, so we won't be recommending the Assembly. The Free Will, it does have Rangefinder, horrible archetype, and this thing can't roll good range perks, so out of the rip, no. And Preacher, bad archetype for a sidearm. I mean, you can do decent with it, you can do decent with any weapon in the game, but not over that Wormwood. Bad Cancel, not so much. Deposition, not so much, and just by the perks, it's got to show you something. I mean, triple tap unflinching, yay. Any other sniper rifle, and we use a lot of different ones, are going to be better than this Deposition. Then the First Citizen, and I'm going to keep passing on this until it has counterbalance, and that sounds kind of snobby, but here's my reasoning. This does have a good roll of extended mag, crowd control, and hidden hand, but the only way for me to pick this thing up ever is if it's going to have counterbalance, and again, that's kind of snobby, but the If Materia reigns supreme in this archetype with triple double. It is so good. I use it in Atheon, in Vault of Glass. So the only thing that really could make me use this is if it shoots very straight, meaning counterbalance. So that's what I'm looking for. This does have perfect, so I'd be looking for a perfect or hand-laid with counterbalance. So on the screen we have the top 3 weapons, and the Parthian Shot will get its own review. The Party Favor will do a live gameplay commentary with, as well as the Continentals. That way we can talk about them a little bit more. Some weapons were really good rolled this week. Some weapons are good starters, and there's a couple that are going to be to the user. That's going to be up to you. And let me know what you guys are excited for this week, what you picked up or what you're thinking of picking up. I can recommend that Parthian Shot. I already know because I've seen it. I've seen what it can do, and we're going to dive into it. For all things PvE, there's a link in the description to message Sean. He's got you covered, everything from the Nightfall to the raid to the strikes to the modifiers to the armor stat rolls. He's your man. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the weapon rolls this week and what is worthy of your marks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next one, I am CoolGuy.